Welcome, traveler of the restless mind. You have come here because your thoughts have turned against you, because your own mind has become a battlefield, and you are weary of fighting shadows. So let me tell you the first truth, quickly, without delay. Your anxiety is not the enemy. Your overthinking is not a curse. They are simply signals, reminders that you are paying too much attention to what you cannot control, and too little attention to what you can. And here lies the key, the great doorway you have been searching for. If you grasp this, even slightly, you will feel the weight begin to lift. You do not control what happens outside of you, but you do control the way you meet it. Later in this journey, I will show you how to stand unshaken in the storm, how to cut through the noise of your spiraling thoughts, and how to replace panic with clarity. But first, I must ask you to do something difficult. Pause and listen, as if your life depends on these words, because in truth, your peace does. You fear the future because you imagine it endlessly, rehearsing disasters that have not yet arrived. You regret the past because you replay it endlessly, punishing yourself for wounds that cannot be changed. And so you abandon the only place where life can actually be lived, the present moment, the now, the breath you are holding this very second. Do you see how cruel your mind has been to you? It drags you into storms that are not real, makes you fight battles that exist only in imagination, and then leaves you exhausted when the real day has hardly begun. This is why Marcus Aurelius once said, "Today I escaped anxiety," or no, I discarded it, because it was within me, in my own perceptions, not outside. Anxiety is not in the world. It is in the way you think about the world. So if you want freedom, you must stop asking, how do I change the world so that I can feel peace? And instead ask, how do I change my response so that I can walk in peace no matter the world? This is the essence of Stoicism. Do not mistake this for coldness or for indifference. The Stoics were not machines, nor were they unfeeling statues. They were human, like you, like me, with fear, with grief, with anger, with doubts. The difference was not that they felt less, it was that they learned how to master what they felt, so their feelings did not master them. Let me show you, step by step. When anxiety strikes, what actually happens? You receive an thought, a signal. What if I fail? What if they leave? What if I cannot handle what is coming? That impression rushes into you like an actor storming the stage. But here is the lesson Epictetus gives us. You are not forced to believe every impression. You are free to question it. You can pause, hold the thought in your hand, and ask, is this under my control or not? If it is not under your control, let it go like smoke. If it is under your control, act upon it with reason. This single practice, repeated again and again, will loosen the chains of overthinking, because overthinking is nothing more than treating every passing thought as urgent. Every fear is truth, every shadow is real, but you are not a slave to thought. You are the master of your own ascent. Do you see? This is the power that has always been yours, and yet you forget. You forget because the mind is noisy and fear is persuasive, and habit is strong, so you must train. You must remind yourself daily. You must sit with these truths until they are not just ideas, but instincts. That is what we are doing here. Training, sharpening, returning to what is essential now. Let us go deeper. Think of your life as a circle. In the center is what you can control: your choices, your actions, your words, your judgments. Outside the circle are things beyond your power, other people's opinions, the future, the past, the weather, the economy, death itself. Most people live with their attention stretched outward, clinging to what lies beyond the circle, trying desperately to change the unchangeable. That is why they are always restless, always fearful, always chasing, never still. But the Stoic draws his attention back into the center. He says, here, I am free. Here, no one can touch me. Here, I decide what kind of person I will be. This shift is the end of anxiety, because anxiety thrives on the illusion of control. If only I plan harder, worry longer, prepare endlessly, then I will be safe. But there is no safety in the future. There is only safety in your character, your reason, your ability to meet whatever comes with courage. So I say to you, stop rehearsing tragedies. Stop carrying the weight of tomorrow on your shoulders. Stop poisoning yourself with visions of what might happen. Instead, prepare your mind, strengthen your reason, and when the day arrives, you will meet it as it is, not as the nightmare your thoughts have invented. Do not think I am telling you something impossible. Consider this. Have you not faced troubles before? Have you not suffered loss, endured failure, walked through fear? And yet here you stand, alive, listening, breathing. So what is the truth? The truth is that reality is always survivable, but your imagination convinces you it is not. The truth is that pain comes, but it passes, and you remain. The truth is that no storm lasts forever, but your mind can create storms without end. And so the Stoic teaches, anchor yourself to what is real, and refuse to drown in the ocean of what is not. Now, let me ask you why. Do you believe every thought that comes into your mind? You do not believe every voice you hear in the street. You do not trust every rumor that passes through the market. Yet when your own mind whispers, you are not enough, or this will destroy you, you bow down as if it were an oracle. No, your mind is not a god. Your thoughts are not commands. They are suggestions, some wise, many foolish, and you, my friend, are the judge. You hold the power to accept or to reject, to say, this thought is useful, I will keep it, or this thought is poison, I will cast it out. This practice is not done once, but daily, hourly, breath by breath. That is how the Stoics trained. Marcus Aurelius filled entire journals with reminders to himself, simple truths, repeated endlessly. Why? Because he knew the mind is slippery. He knew wisdom must be practiced, not just admired, and so must you. If you wish to end anxiety and overthinking, you must become a guardian at the gate of your mind. When fear tries to enter, you ask, is this within my control? When doubt tries to enter, you ask, is this aligned with reason? When anger tries to enter, you ask, does this serve my character? And if the answer is no, you close the gate. This is strength, this is freedom, this is peace. Now, you may say, but what if I fail? What if I try and still my thoughts overwhelm me? Then remember this. Even failure in this training is success, because each attempt strengthens the muscle of awareness. Even noticing that you are overthinking is progress, because you have stepped outside the cycle and begun to see. So be gentle with yourself, but do not stop. The work of the Stoic is not to eliminate all fear, but to rule it, not to silence all thought, but to guide it, not to escape life's hardships, but to meet them with an unbroken spirit. This is where we are going, and in the chapters ahead, I will show you how to build this strength, how to train it daily, how to carve peace out of the chaos of your mind. For now, remember this one line. Remember this one line, repeat it to yourself whenever the storm rises. It is not things that disturb me, but my judgment about them. That is the doorway. Step through it, and we will continue. You are still here, which means your mind is seeking a path, a foothold in the chaos. Good, that is the first step. Acknowledge that the path exists and that you are willing to walk it. Let us speak plainly. Anxiety rises not because of what you face, but because of how you face it. Your mind multiplies what is uncertain, stretches what is small into a mountain, and whispers that you cannot endure, but the truth is you can. The Stoics remind us, the mind is like a fortress. If the gates are held, nothing can harm what is inside. Every thought of fear, every image of failure, every imagined catastrophe is a soldier at the wall. Do not open the gates for them. Instead, recognize them, greet them, and let them pass like clouds in the sky. Notice how this requires patience. Patience is not weakness, it is courage, restrained by reason. The impatient mind is a mind at war with itself, reacting to every impulse, every suggestion, every phantom fear. The patient mind stands firm, observes, and chooses its response. So start by observing your thoughts as they arise. Do not try to stop them. Do not fight them. Simply notice, there is fear, there is doubt, there is worry. Label them for what they are, passing events in the mind, and then ask the crucial question, does this require action or not? If it does, act with clarity. If it does not, let it go. This is the Stoic method. Do not assume that peace comes from controlling everything outside yourself. Peace comes from controlling the lens through which you view everything. Imagine that your mind is a theater outside. Forces, the world, the people, the future, all play their roles on stage. You are the director. You cannot make the actors behave perfectly, but you can direct the attention of the audience. Your attention award what matters. The audience is you. Do not waste your gaze on the actors you cannot influence. Instead, focus on the script, on the choices of the character you can control yourself now. Let me tell you a story from the life of Epictetus. He was born a slave, a man who had almost no control over anything in the world. Yet he became one of the greatest teachers of freedom. How? He realized that freedom is not the absence of external constraint. Freedom is the mastery of oneself. When anxiety comes, he would say, this is not mine, this is external. I will focus on what is mine, my reason, my virtue, my character. He knew that no circumstance can force a man to act against his nature, unless he allows it. And this is the secret. The external world may rage, but the mind that knows itself remains untouched. Now let us bring this closer to your life. When a thought rises that says, I cannot cope, do not believe it blindly. Step back. Ask, is this true? Or is this an impression, a story my mind is telling me? And even if the story is true, ask, can I act in a way that aligns with reason, courage, and virtue? If yes, act. If no, release it. The skill is in distinguishing between the possible and the impossible, between what is yours to change and what is not. This is the foundation. But there is another layer, often overlooked. Your mind does not only worry about danger, it also worries about approval, about status, about imagined judgments. People will think I am weak. They will see me fail. They will reject me. These fears are shadows, not reality. The only judgment that matters is your own. Not live for applause or for the approval of strangers. Live for reason. Live for virtue. Live for the calm that comes from knowing you have done what is right, even if no one sees it. Seneca reminds us, it is not the man who has too little but the man who craves more who is poor. You see, anxiety thrives on desire. Dies for certainty, desire for perfection, desire for control. Release these desires. They are illusions. Accept what is. Prepare for what comes. Act where you can. Let go where you cannot. This is a skill you must practice. Start with small moments. When you feel a surge of panic in your chest, pause, breathe, observe, label, decide. This is fear. It does not own me. I can act rationally. I can let it pass. Do this again and again each time. Your mind learns a new rhythm. It learns that you are the master, not the storm. Do not underestimate repetition. The Stoics wrote in journals every day, reminding themselves of what they knew. They trained their minds like athletes train their bodies. Your mind is no different. Daily practice is not optional. It is essential, and here is a deeper layer still. Your thoughts are not only objects to be disciplined, they are mirrors. They reveal your values, your fears, your attachments. Observe them carefully. Ask yourself, what am I clinging to? What am I afraid of losing? What judgment do I value too highly? This is not shame. This is insight. It allows you to step back and see the patterns that create unnecessary suffering. Once you see the pattern, you can break it. Here is a practice. Imagine your worst fear. Do not run from it. Do not deny it. See it clearly in detail now. Ask, if this happened, could I endure it? Could I act with reason? Could I maintain my virtue? The answer is almost always yes. Pain can come, loss can come, failure can come, but your ability to meet them with wisdom remains. This is what the Stoics call inner fortress, and here is something profound. Most of what your mind fears never happens. The catastrophe you have rehearsed so vividly, the rejection, the collapse, the disaster, most of it exists only in your imagination. By facing these thoughts, labeling them and releasing them, you shrink their power. You take away the life they have been stealing from you. Now, let us consider another tool on impermanence. Everything changes. Everything passes. Pain, joy, fear, pleasure, they all come and go. To cling to them is to suffer unnecessarily. The Stoics meditated on death not to terrify themselves, but to teach themselves what is truly important. If you live as though everything is fleeting, you realize nothing outside your reason can harm you. Even loss becomes manageable. Even fear becomes less. This is not morbid thinking. It is clarity. And clarity is the antidote to overthinking, because overthinking arises from confusion, from imagining permanence where there is none, from imagining danger where it does not exist. Now take a moment, breathe, feel your body, feel your mind, notice the tension, notice the rushing thoughts. Label them. This is anxiety. This is fear. This is imagination. And then imagine yourself stepping back from them, like stepping off a moving walkway. You are not carried away. You are not swept along. You are observer and guide. This is the practice of freedom. You will stumble. You will forget. But the practice is enough. Epictetus reminds us, no man is free who is not master of himself. Your freedom is waiting. It is inside you. The storm outside is irrelevant if the mind inside is anchored. And this anchor is reason, virtue, and awareness. This is the work we are doing together. You are learning to catch the mind before it spirals, to recognize the truth beneath the illusions, to build resilience that no circumstance can undo. And it begins with observation, labeling, and wise choice. Do not rush. Do not despair. Even the smallest awareness is a victory. Even noticing one thought without being carried away is progress. And as you continue, these victories accumulate. Your mind grows stronger. Your judgments grow clearer. Your anxiety loses its grip. Your overthinking fades because you are no longer a passenger in your own life. You are the captain. You are the director. You are the master of the fortress inside, and soon you will be ready for the final part, the culmination of all practice. The practical steps that allow you to live without being ruled by fear, without being dragged into endless loops of thought, without surrendering your peace. But before that, remember, you are not failing. You are learning. Every step, even the faltering ones, brings you closer to mastery. Every breath of awareness strengthens the mind. Every moment you choose reason over panic is a victory. Hold these truths. Carry them into your day. Practice them. In small ways, in simple moments, in ordinary life. The storms will come, but your calm will endure. Your mind can be an oasis, even in the desert of uncertainty. And that is the promise of Stoicism. You have come this far, and that is a sign of your willingness to change. That willingness is the seed of freedom. Now, let us walk into the final lessons. The practical ways to live without letting anxiety or overthinking control you. First, understand this clearly. Your peace does not depend on external events. It depends on your judgment. Every time a thought rises, ask, is this mine to change? Can I act wisely here, or is it beyond me? If it is beyond you, let it go. If it is yours, act with courage, reason, and virtue. Do this habitually. Make it your daily exercise in the morning. Remind yourself, today I will concern myself only with what is within my power. The rest is not mine. At night, reflect on the day. Notice which thoughts wasted your energy and which judgments were true and helpful. Consider how you can improve tomorrow. Practice the art of negative visualization. Do not shy away from imagining difficulties. See them clearly, name them, face them in your mind. Ask yourself if you can endure them. The answer will almost always be yes, because you are stronger than you think, and you are not alone in struggle. Practice gratitude for what you have. Notice the simple gifts of life: breath, sight, the warmth of the sun, the presence of another human being, the food that nourishes you. Gratitude does not eliminate challenges, but it softens the mind and builds resilience. It is difficult to be anxious when you are grounded in the reality of what is already good. Practice acceptance. Accept that pain comes. Accept that loss comes. Accept that life is unpredictable. Do not rail against what is inevitable. Do not demand the world bend to your comfort. Instead, strengthen your mind so that no external event can break it. Focus on action, not outcome. Worry is always about outcomes. Anxiety is always about results. Virtue is about effort, about doing what is right, about acting in accordance with reason. Do what is within your control. The rest will unfold as it will. Here is a simple daily practice to quiet overthinking. Start each day by clarifying which is within your control and what is beyond it. Decide how you will respond to what you can influence. At night, reflect on the thoughts that drained you, the judgments that were true, and what you can practice tomorrow to grow stronger. Remember to breathe. When panic rises, take a deep, deliberate breath. Say to yourself, I am present, I am here, I am free within my mind. Anchor yourself in the body, because the body is real, the present is real, and the mind can follow. Practice self-talk as if you were speaking to a beloved student. Do not berate yourself, do not shame yourself. Speak with calm, reasoned guidance. Say, this is a thought, not a command. This is fear, not fact. I can act wisely regardless. Notice the difference it makes when your inner voice is a teacher, not a tyrant. Simplify your life where possible. Overthinking often arises from too many choices, too much stimulation, too much noise. Create space for reflection. Turn off unnecessary distractions. Focus on what matters. Do not chase what does not serve virtue, wisdom, or tranquility. Examine your attachments. Ask yourself, what do I truly need to be at peace? Often the answer is very little. Let go of unnecessary desires. Let go of imagined necessities. Freedom comes when the mind no longer clings. Reflect on impermanence. Life changes, people change, circumstances change. Everything outside your control is fleeting. The more you cling, the more you suffer. The more you accept, the more resilient you become. Your mind can remain an oasis of calm, even in the desert of uncertainty. Know that you are never alone in which struggle. All humans face fear, loss, and doubt. What separates the Stoic is not the absence of fear, but the choice to face it with reason and courage. Do not hide from your thoughts. Do not suppress them. Observe, question, respond, release. This is mastery. This is peace. Integrate all of this into daily life. Wake with awareness. Breathe with purpose. Think with reason. Act with virtue. End your day with reflection. Repeat daily. Repeat hourly. Repeat with patience. Soon the storms will still come, but you will stand unshaken. Your mind will be clear, your spirit steady. You will have trained yourself to live in reality, not imagination. You will have learned to meet life as it is, not as your fears invent it. When anxiety rises, greet it calmly. This is not mine to command. I will act where I can. I will release the rest. Do this long enough and overthinking will lose its power. You will experience a freedom that is rare, a freedom that comes not from circumstances, but from mastery of self. Share this path with others. Talk to friends about these practices. Share your insights. Help others see that anxiety is not an enemy, but a teacher. If you found this guidance helpful, subscribe to this channel. Comment below with your experiences, your challenges, and your victories. Your story can inspire others who are struggling. Share this video with anyone you know who is caught in overthinking or fear. Your action may give someone else their first step toward freedom. Remember, the Stoics did not live for applause. They lived to cultivate virtue, wisdom, and tranquility. And by sharing what you learn, you practice the highest Stoic principle, helping others. Take a deep breath. Feel your body. Feel your mind. You are alive. You are present. You are capable. You have the power to choose your response. You have the power to master your mind. You have the power to live with calm, clarity, and courage. Even when fear comes again, and you will meet it with reason, with patience, and with the knowledge that it cannot command you. Hold this truth, repeat it often, live it daily. You are free, you are strong, you are master of your own mind, and this freedom is always within reach if you choose it. Step forward, student of life. Step forward, traveler of thought. Step forward into clarity, peace, and courage. Your journey continues, but now you walk armed with reason, guided by virtue, and shielded by awareness. This is Stoicism in action. This is the path to ending anxiety. This is the way to quiet the restless mind. Share it, live it, and teach it. Through example. In teaching, you solidify your own mastery. Remember, every moment is a chance to practice, every thought a chance to choose, every breath a chance to live fully. Walk steadily, breathe deeply, act wisely. Let the mind that once wandered in fear now dwell in calm. This is your inheritance from the Stoics. This is the freedom that was always yours to claim.